of music, you might be surprised I'm about to introduce the world's most successful TV actor. Star of House, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Hugh Laurie! Welcome, your man. That's all very good.
What have we got there?
It's just water.
It's
you
just
want
water.
that?
Oh, did you not get a drink?
I asked for vodka. If that's...
Yeah, that's the one, yes. So here you are, musician. I'm Irish. I find it difficult.
Yes. Not as difficult as I do, I'll tell you.
Because Let Them Talk, which I believe has the highest pre-sales on iTunes of any album ever.
Wow.
That's true, isn't it?
That sounds incredibly unlikely to me, but I'm not going to be the one to contradict you, because why would I do that?
Exactly.
It's not in my interest,
I'm bigging it up.
Yes. Thank you.
And presumably people have been a bit surprised that kind of British actor has done an authentic blues album recorded in New Orleans.
Well, I don't know. You are one of those people, so...
I'm surprised.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else surprised? I'm surprised.
I'm a little surprised.
She's a little surprised.
Well, good. Yes, possibly. I don't really know. The whole thing is such a dreamlike experience for me. I can't really tell. I'm looking forward to reading about it in 5 years' time, when I will, you know, it'll all sort of seem real.
Well, I mean, you love music, because even in Fry and Laurie, you were always at the piano and everything.
Yes, yes.
But is this kind of what you want to do now?
It is what I've always wanted to do, actually, and... absurd though it may seem. It's what I've always wanted to do, and, of course, I've come to it via a rather odd route. But I got this amazing opportunity to sort of reinvent myself, and I took it with both hands.
But you're gigging as well, you're gigging.
We have done now 3 gigs, yes. 3 of the most frightening experiences of my life.
But they went well, though, didn't they?
They did go well. They did go well.
We've got one more tomorrow night, Saturday, in Manchester, the Manchester Royal College. And then if you fancy a day out, why not go to Paris on the 11th?
Correct. Yes.
Because what I
will be there.
Because what I didn't know is that House in Europe is massive, isn't it?
It is rather large. It is rather substantial. Yes. I can't account for it because it seems to be such a wordy show, such a sort of densely wordy show that I can't imagine how it gets translated well enough. I mean, shows where people, you know, which involve guns and, you know, get in the car or get out of the car or, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's the dialogue. I can understand that going well in Belgium, for example. I don't know why I picked on Belgium. They're little. And there are no Belgians here. No, there aren't. But, you know, it's something like House, which is such an idiomatic and witty show, I think. I think it's extremely funny, extremely well written. It's amazing to me that people are prepared to, you know, they really sort of get into it. Yeah.
And are European fans more reserved than Americans, or are they...
We had a slightly frisky time in Germany. The Germans were quite assertive. How can I let you put it that way? I mean, I'm not saying they conform to any national stereotype at all. I'm not saying, because they really were charming and friendly. But if things don't go their way, I had to get on a train to leave Germany, and there were a bunch of people with autographs, you know, and I said, look, I'm going to miss this train. If I stop doing, I'm going to miss the train. So they started tearing up the photographs and throwing them in my face. And saying, go back to England. I said, that's actually what I'm trying to do. And then they would... what I didn't realise, that the German word... Well, it's not a word. The German for boo is not boo. When Germans boo, they go ooh. So I had people, after they'd done all that, and they'd said all their German things, I was running for this train, and all I could hear was people going, ooh. You know, it makes you wonder, what am I... it was only when I got on the train and I realised that that's what they'd been trying to communicate.
And in America, is the American audience, because obviously we know who you are.
Oh, yes.
We know.
Everything there is to know.
Yes. But in America, are they aware that you're a British actor?
Yes, they are. They are. By now. I've been doing it a long time. It's 7 years now.
It is a long time.
And I've said it over again. So yes, they, by and large, they are. Although the interesting assumption that a lot of Americans will say, in a kind way, they will say, you managed to lose the accent. And which always strikes me, I have to sort of explain that I'm not losing an accent, I'm putting one on. You're the one with the accent. Yeah. And of course, but no country can think that way. Every country thinks that they were issued with God issued them with an accent, and everyone else is just putting it on.
Because Robert, do you kind of speak in American accent all the time, or do you?
I mean, becoming more so. I mean, it's weird, especially in America, because people can't, like, you literally have to translate yourself sometimes. In New York and things like that, if you're in a taxi and you try and say an address, you have to say an American accent. It's crazy. And if you order a water, if you say, can I have a glass of water, they're like, what? Nice way of doing that.
Is that what they say? Yeah. But I mean, even in America, you must have had a stronger Southern accent.
Yeah, I had a super country accent like that. And I'm not gonna lie, I think my mother still really thinks that you're an American. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
I think she actually thinks you're a real doctor, too.
We're about to hear some music from the album. What are you giving us?
I'm going to do a song with my chaps over there.
Who are kind of New Orleans all-stars, aren't they? These are men are legends.
These are legends.
And it's my stupidity that I don't know.
It sort of is.
Yes, I feel...
a song called... a Lead Belly song called You Don't Know My Mind.
All right. Well, if you want to go and get ready, you, very good. In a moment, we'll have this week's Stories in the Red Chair, but first, singing You Don't Know My Mind, it is Mr. Hugh Laurie!
Walking down the levee with my head hanging low, looking for my mama, but she ain't here no more. Baby, you don't know my mind. When you see me laughing just to keep from crying. She won't cook my dinner, won't wash my clothes, won't do nothing but walk the road. Baby, you don't know my mind. When you see me laughing just to keep from crying. My breakfast's on the table and my coffee's getting cold. Mama's in the kitchen getting sweet Papa told. Baby, you don't know my mind. When you see me laughing just to keep from crying. Sometimes I think my baby's too good to die. Sometimes I think she should be buried alive. Baby, you don't know my mind. When you see me laughing just to keep from crying. I wish I had a nickel, I wish I had a dime, I wish I hadn't given myself a bad woman's time. Baby, you don't know my mind. When you see me laughing just to keep from crying. at your mama, see what you gonna done. You took my money, now you're broke and wrong. Maybe you don't know my mind. When you see me laughing, I'm laughing just to keep from crying. You made me get sad and you made me get mad. The going gets tougher than you ain't never had. Baby, you don't know my mind. When you see me laughing, laughing just to keep on crying. When you see me laughing, laughing just to keep on crying.
Great job, sir. Come back and join us, too. Very good. That's fantastic. Thank you very much. You want to just grab a quick seat there, and then we'll just do some radio. By the way, that album that's up, that May the 9th, I thought you'd like to know.
Thank you.
Yeah, May the 9th. You could pre-order it, I hear. That's nearly it for tonight. But before we go, just time for some stories in the red chair. This has become obvious as it goes along. Who's up first? Hello.
Hello.
Hi. I just want to ride my bike with you. That's lovely, sentiment. And what's your name?
It's Megan.
Megan? All right, where are you from, Megan?
Brighton.
Brighton. She's in Brighton. There you go. It went very well, Megan. Okay, I'll go with the story.
Well, my first job was working in a nursing home. I was cleaning one of the residents' rooms. Thought I'd hoovered up a sock, and it turns out I'd hoovered up their budgie.
We can't condone that.
Budgie's a little bird.
I'd love to know what you thought it was. Where did your mind go in that moment?
An old man in a sock. I don't know.
That's a much worse story. Quickly. Hello, nice. Well, I thought they were here for you, Robert. Apparently it's this guy. Who are you?
Simon.
This is Simon. Come on, do it again. Bit of whoopee. Yeah, they're thrilled to see you. So, where are you from, Simon?
From East Putney.
East Putney! East Putney massive. Okay, Simon, yes, off you go.
Okay, when I was 10, my parents took me to a small farmer's sale. Don't laugh at how I say 10. Anyway, we were going to a small farmer's sale and we took the ute there. And so...
I can't understand a word you are saying.
Dad was looking for some animals and things to take home to our farm. And so anyway, him and Mum spotted this new dining room table. And I was just wandering around in my jandals and, you know, just checking out the stuff. Mum and Dad spotted this table and chairs that they thought that's going to be perfect in the dining room. We put it on the back of the ute and we're going home. And us boys are sitting up, me and my two brothers, sitting up on the back of the ute in the chairs, in the dining room table chairs. Dad thinks it's a big good idea. Oh, I know what we'll do. You boys want some ice cream out the back, you know? And so we're like, yeah, absolutely, we'll have ice cream. Next thing you know, we're all sitting there, licking our ice creams, sitting on the back. Dad decides, seeing a bit of Formula One, he'd like to take the corner, probably a bit quicker than he should have. Me on my chair, bang, fall down on the road.
Like that. That's it! We're done! Well done, everybody. You can join us on the show. Have a go in that red chair. You can contact us via our website at this address. Thank you so much, all my guests tonight. Hugh Laurie, Jeffrey Gashandy, Robert Paddington, join me next week with Oscar-winning actor Jeffrey Rush, comedian Jason Byrne, and global singing superstar Lady Gaga. Don't want to miss that. I'll see you then. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.